I am convinced that there are more deadbeat mothers than there are deadbeat fathers,
Mm,
but nobody wants to talk about that. I see women all the time running with the narrative that men are just these deadbeats, don't want to take care of their children.
right.
Now, granted, some of that can be true, but let's also talk about the fact that there are deadbeat mothers. And let's be honest, just because you have custody of that child does not mean you're not a deadbeat mother.
Mm,
How many videos do you guys see online of women being inappropriate in front of their children, cursing in front of their children, drinking in front of their children,
mm.
smoking in front of their children, hell, sending the children off with their grandmother?
Ooh, this is such a good point.
Right? That is a deadbeat mother, but deadbeat mothers go underneath the radar. They go underneath the radar within the court system, and they go underneath the radar within society.
Right.
And I'm 100% convinced that there are more deadbeat mothers than there are deadbeat fathers. And the reason for that being is because there's a lot of deadbeat mothers that doesn't thoroughly take care of their children the way a child's supposed to be taken care of, but they still have custody of that child.
Hmm.
So you can't convince me otherwise.
This is a really good point. Because first off, we do know that the men who go out here and they plant their seeds wherever and they are deadbeat fathers do exist. However, this perspective is never acknowledged. Just because a woman does have custody of those kids doesn't mean that she's doing a good job parenting. And this perspective has been made so real to me ever since having my first child. A part of me thought once I had a child, I may change, because experiences, hopefully you learn something new in life and they help change your worldview. I thought that I would change my worldview on how I viewed specifically terrible single mothers. However, what I ended up finding out is I'm now even more convinced that a single mom, especially a single mom with multiple kids who willfully put herself in that situation, I'm convinced that there's no way you could be the best parent, guardian you possibly can be in that type of a situation. I mean, the home's already broken, but now that I know what it takes to be there for a kid, make sure that you're giving them the type of attention and time that they need. You need help with babysitting, so on and so forth. I walk around and see single moms with multiple children. And my thought used to be, how do they do it? Now my immediate thought is, okay, I see her doing it, right? Being a single mom. But I know there's no way you're doing it well. And yes, I understand there's some mothers who are widows or women who husbands have divorced them. I understand the unique situations, but that's not what we're talking about here. For me to label a woman a deadbeat mom, and I believe there are a lot of them out here, it's a woman who goes out here and gets pregnant, not thinking to herself, maybe I should give these kids a fighting chance of having a father, no financial plan of how she's going to support these kids. To myself, I have no problem putting those chicks in the category of deadbeat mom. Also, you want to see something that's just horrible? Check this out.
We got to move out the hotel in 8 days, so I decided to make these signs so we can go outside and beg for money. Yes, we went outside and begged.
So she's posting a TikTok video about her making her younger son panhandle outside. And obviously, this woman was not prepared to have children and start a family. I get there are unique situations where people can't help it, but too many times they can. And this is a result of horrible decision making.
The first person that we came in contact with, we saw him leaving the bank, and he gave us $10. That was such a huge blessing. That's just my son standing right there with his sign and his hat, y'all.
I mean, that's so unfortunate, These kids over here standing by the Chase Bank ATM is crazy, first off. But where's the father, right? Where is he? I see situations like this. Here's how I have changed, though, in the other way, is I want to help this kid out. And I want to make sure that he's helped out. And this isn't a situation where the mom's pocketing the money and spending it on alcohol or other bad decisions, right? This channel is sponsored by fathershaverights.com. So one of the experts in our prenup guide has over 20 years experience in divorce law. He says most people enter marriages with their eyes wide shut. Everyone is focused on the ring, proposal, makeup, venues, but no one thinks about things like alimony, property division, or custody. Are you a future husband who hasn't thought seriously about any of these things? If so, you need to understand that marriage is a legal contract with serious terms. Signing it without a prenup is like signing a blank 10-page contract. But the good news is it's not too late. Act now by clicking the link pinned to the top of the comment section and join the hundreds of men protecting their future marriages the right way.
People were actually putting money in his hat. The next part.
Let's talk about it. Don't mind how I look. I know I look a hot mess, y'all. I got to do something to my hair and my lashes. I've been picking them off. But let's talk about it. This is the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Though she is not on TikTok asking and begging, and I know everybody come across hard times, and sometimes you just simply have to do what you got to do. So I will put that out there before anybody try to miss and twist what I'm saying. Because do what you got to do by all means. I don't know if she's single or not. But hearing that and seeing that the baby had a sign and hearing the way that she said she's about to beg, it's sad in a way. Because where is his dad? And I know, let's not be biased. Let's not act like we don't know that it have some fathers that's just not there and they don't want to do nothing. So mama got to step up and do what she have to. As I seen in the video, look like she's living in the room already. Look like they're homeless. And the baby holding a sign, begging for money as well. It's sad because that baby shouldn't have to be holding up no sign. The only reason why I'm speaking on that, because I know some people just have to do what they have to do. But my mama never used me, and I remember us having a hard time. I'm talking about serve sandwich. I'm talking about sugar water. I'm talking about finding whatever it was in the house and make it do with what we got. Hard times. But one thing my mama ain't ever did, and maybe if she did go on the side of the street and ask people for money, she didn't have us, our kids with her. And it's a lot of us, but she always made a way.
Well, that's better. That's better than using your son and your child. I've seen this before. Yeah, it's very terrible.
This is just sad to see. I hate that she's in this situation because I'm not this heartless person. Even though I don't like to see this, I'm not going to be heartless towards our situation. But if it's that bad to the point to where she got to get the baby to act along with her, whew. Like, I know a lot of people aren't blessed with a village or have family to help, but if you do, please, my love, reach out to the ones that would possibly help you, because that baby shouldn't have to be standing out in the street helping ask for money. But this is a prime example why I say a lot of people know that people will be quicker to help a child. They will use the kid to help them get money, if that makes sense, because they're going to help faster.
This has to be a form of abuse to an extent, don't you guys think?
That makes sense. But it still doesn't change the fact that if the person have a man, which I'm not saying she have a man, because I don't know that, but all I'm basically saying is that if she did have a man, I heard me, I said did. I don't say she do because I don't know. And the baby and her asking, bro.
Marry before you carry, and make sure you've got some jobs. This needs to be spoken about because people need to have these conversations so the cycle doesn't continue. What people would like, right? They would like you to act like this stuff doesn't exist and to ignore it. It's not helpful.
At her son outside the bank panhandling. And I hate seeing it. I really do, because I feel like kids should never be put in that position. I think it's just, on top of just being a child and you have no control over your circumstances, having them sit outside of a bank with a sign begging for money, I just feel like it's just so low.
Right.
And then everything's on the internet. It's like, you can't go through a hard time and just say, I'm going through a hard time, this is what we're doing. It's almost like putting it on the internet, even though people are saying it's bringing awareness. I really feel like it's glorifying certain things. Like, one person was like, good luck to y'all. Him being out there is going to make him stronger.
No, it's not. That is going to traumatize him. He will never forget this experience, ever. This is something he will bring up probably over and over again about growing up, maybe with tears in his eyes.
Are y'all serious? A 6-year-old kid, 7-year-old kid going out in the bank to beg for money with a sign is not going to make him stronger. That's traumatizing.
Right,
and too many of y'all have gotten comfortable on the internet putting stuff like this out here. And for what? And then you wonder why the comments look like, where is the father? Like, why didn't you sign up for a government program? Why didn't you do anything other than be out here and beg? And again, it's so hard because you're like, damn, I'm not trying to judge somebody's struggle, but I just don't feel like that's a position that kids should be in, because I feel like you're just fostering them to grow up with the begging mindset. And again, he's 6 years old. He shouldn't have to worry about this. Like, I don't know. When parents is going through it, That's why there's so many jokes on the internet talking about when their parents was going through a divorce and going through a recession, they was upstairs playing on their game cube or playing the Wii, because it's like as a kid, it didn't even register as to that they were like struggling. You know what I'm saying? Or it did register, but you're like, I'm a kid. I have nothing to do with it. So to have your 7-year-old son out there and just people in the comments saying, you know, I mean, she doing what she has to do. It's just like, no, like, and I guarantee you people like a woman like that, I hate to say it, but I just really feel like maybe you got somebody at the house. Why aren't they out there begging?
Ooh, like a man? Oh no.
I don't know. I just feel like if I even have to work 2 to 3 jobs to make sure that my kid doesn't have to be out there begging, that's what I'm going to do. One time I saw this man, he had 3 sons with him, three young Black boys outside the Publix begging. And I was just like, instead of saying, hey, you know, once these people come out, you know, help them bring their groceries to the car, see what you can do to clean up,
Right.
to have to work for it, but to sit there and have 3 young Black boys on the side of the road begging for change, I just think it's deplorable.
It's very unfortunate, man.
The begging on this app done got crazy. And I'm going to tell you half of the reason why I won't donate to a lot of y'all or give you no money is because you be only telling us half of a story, right? You only get on here and tell us that you ain't got nowhere to stay, but you don't tell us why you don't have a place to stay, right? You don't tell us that you actually did have a place to stay, but you weren't following the rules of the person who was allowing you to stay at said place and they put you out, right? You're not telling the story that everywhere you go, you seem to have a problem when somebody try to help you out because you think that you're going to make your own rules under somebody else's roof, right? You don't tell us that part. And that's the reason why you don't have a steady place to stay, because you think that you're going to come into somebody else's household and run it. And then when they tell you that you can't, then you catch a little attitude and you want to cut your phone on and then film them putting you out, but you don't want to add the context of what it was that you actually did to get put out. Something else I noticed that y'all be doing is y'all be putting people that y'all know, y'all family members, you be putting them on blast and showing us stuff that we don't need to know. You be showing us how dirty they keep a house. You be showing us that people in your family be on crack. Right? You showed your mama doing drugs, and then now that you and your mama back cool, you want the internet to forget that you showed us she a crackhead. No. It don't work like that. The internet does not work like that. We now know that your mama's a crackhead. So even though you and her got back on good terms, right? And you was just in the heat of the moment when you made that video, and now you want to argue with your comment section to defend your mama doing crack. No, it doesn't work like that. You can't take back. No take backs. A lot of y'all really need to put some thought into the stuff you be posting before you hit that button. You need to figure out, is what I'm about to post going to hurt me in my real life? Is it going to jeopardize things that I have going on in my real life when I log off of this internet for people who only see what I'm posting as entertainment and they laughing at me, not with me? Like, those same people who laughing at me, are they going to be there to help me when everything blow up because I did what I did with posting stuff online that I shouldn't have posted online? Really think about that. Really think about that. Because most of the people who laughing at you, they ain't going to be nowhere to be found when you have to close that phone and deal with your real reality.
This lady here says, what's her at? I guess that's it. Somebody else here says, dude, I was baffled. There's no way it's real.
And let's go ahead and get this out of the way. If you are sending money to people who are begging on TikTok, you have something wrong. Something's wrong with you. Because why is it that when y'all are driving in your car and y'all see a homeless person on the side of the road who's asking you for some money, you want to put your shades on and look the other way and pretend that he's not there? But y'all will happily give money to people who are begging on TikTok, or to make it even worse, y'all give money to celebrities, people who are already rich. How the did that make any sense? Like, are y'all okay?
Somebody else who says, who? Trust me, you couldn't say it louder. Girl, it's sad. Yeah. Wild stuff.
So let's talk about the begging on TikTok and how it's really out of hand. I don't see how people could get up every day, you know what I'm saying, and get on this app and cry in their cars or just anywhere begging for money every day. Now, let me tell you, I recognize it's hard out here. And it's real. The struggle is real. But it's ways that you could get up and get off your and do what you need to do for you and your children. Another girl I saw, she have kids and her baby daddy don't do nothing for the children. She not only had one baby, she got 3 babies. If you knew he wasn't doing nothing for the first one, why would you go and have 2 more? And then come put that responsibilities out on TikTok. Like I say, everybody come into some little bumps and humps and whatever, rough times in their life, and you may need somebody. You never know who you may need. But to be that comfortable, you got to have pride about yourself as a woman. And especially men, I really don't like to see them do it. Baby, it's all kind of little hustles that you could be doing. Baby, you can go to the dollar store, buy some items, and go resell them on Amazon. This phone is your money. But it's not your money to be begging people every day on TikTok. Y'all beg too much. The people that really need the help, we can't give it to them. Because we thinking that everybody just overdoing it and just overacting. Come on. It really hurts me to my heart how TikTok has became this comfortable begging app. That's not what's up. I'm sorry. If God don't tell me to do it and it don't feel good, this is how y'all know, to the givers. If God don't tell y'all to do it and it don't feel good that you're giving from the heart, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got a story. And I know some of our stories is a sad story. But that sometimes God, you could get in the way of God showing people their karma and showing them their lesson. And if you get in the way of that, God could draw your income up too. So be careful. Hugs and love. Y'all be blessed. J-Lo. The begging is out of hand.
So, when are we going to address the amount of begging that's going on the TikTok lives? I mean, you know, I'm tired. I be wanting to get on y'all live, show y'all some love and stuff, but all y'all doing is up there begging. And y'all ain't got no talent. Ain't got no talent. Y'all ain't up there telling no jokes, playing no music, doing no dancing, no singing, no nothing. Just tap the screen, tap the screen. Then y'all supposed to be in a battle. Y'all battling somebody to see who can get the most gifts. To see if people can send you their money and gifts to see who gonna win. And y'all ain't up there doing shit. Y'all don't realize how stiff y'all competition is. It's people up there. It's little kids up there dancing nonstop, breaking their sweat in third world countries. I saw a lady up there crocheting with no hands. Y'all were really on the international talent show. And y'all talent sucks. Yeah, y'all need to. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, and if it's only me and 2 other people in your live, don't shout me out. Don't do that. I'm up out of there.
Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link into the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.